Vice President at EB5AN.
CMB Regional Centers.
We're from EB5 Capital.
We are Can-Am Enterprises.
My father, who's the CEO and founder of CMB, instilled into our organization, which is if the client is successful, that we will be successful as a company. And so we always put the client first, which has our long track record of success.
We have a big team that has been together for a long time. We only focus on real estate. We only do medium-sized projects. So we have a very strict disciplined and due diligence process.
We really focus on transparency and structuring high-quality projects.
We always think of ourselves as a very conservative regional center. This applies to how we structure our deals. We will just charge less our EB5 debt in order to get a good project.
We have both.
We do both.
We are doing both.
Right now, we are focused on the high-end employment, and we will do rural if we find a good one that meets our underwriting criteria.
I definitely believe that the urban category for Chinese investors is likely already backlogged 1 year.
I do think that there is a backlog as of right now.
I don't know how long. It won't be as long as it used to be.
10 years.
It won't be that. The lines won't be that long.
Question is, how many more are pending adjudication? I think there's been a lot, but the number of visas available in the rural set aside is still quite high.
About half of our investors come from China. 20 to 25% of our investors are coming from India.
Chinese, Vietnam, Hong Kong, Mexico, India.
China's always been our largest. We have a lot of clients from Taiwan, from India.
Investors like China.
They came through in 5 months or less.
But typically it takes us about 6 months to raise.
So it might take 2 or 3 months.
很快.
Right now, our rural projects are about $80 to $100 million each. So it takes about 2 to 3 months.
Oh, very quick.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Very important.
Thank you so much.
Very important.
Every market's different, but in China specifically, agencies are incredibly important.
Yeah.
And they're one of the best resources that an EB5 investor in a market like China is going to have. They have on-the-ground expertise. They know the market very well. Most agencies like yours have been in business for a long time. They've seen a lot of changes in EB5.
We see agents as collaborators, as our partners, and someone who's really incredibly helpful in the process. There's a lot of projects in the marketplace, and good quality agents, they're vetting the projects for you, making sure that you are successful.
If there were no agents and Chinese agents, there would be no EB5 program. Investors all over China wouldn't be able to understand the projects.
There's a lot of questions and answers about the program to start with. And it's not just about the EB5 program. It's about other concerns about moving their families, immigration, how to deal with their finances, taxes. So there's a lot of life planning.
And education.
So those are all things they have to understand before they make an EB5 decision.
Forever.
We have until 2027. It's 2 years. Should be very strong.
The most recent data I've seen in the estimates from various individuals in the industry put the new investment minimum post-2027 somewhere between 900,000 and $1 million.
Remember your goal and don't compromise that for processing times, wait times, because while I said high unemployment, I do think there is going to be a wait time.
Work with an agent, work with a good regional center, a good immigration attorney, compare projects, take your time, and go with your gut.
Make sure to figure out what questions you need to ask to feel like you understand the investment. Not all EB5 investments are the same.
Number one piece of advice is to just make sure you work with a developer with a great track record, a regional center with a great track record, an immigration attorney with a great track record, and of course an agency.
First.
Of course an agency. No, I saved the best for last. Of course an agency with a great track record who have helped many investors secure favorable outcomes, get their green cards, move to the US, keep their capital safe, and ultimately get their money back.